Hi, Smart News. Welcome to your weekend edition, special report from a place I've always wanted to go. This is the surprise I have for you. It is the Grand Tetons in Wyoming. Just a spectacular place. And I'm thinking so much about Smarter News because I've learned so much preparing news for you. And I'm so grateful that's been such a blessing in my life. One of the things I learned in preparing a report for you was that Wyoming is the first state to grant women the right to vote. It was a territory at the time, and it was in 1869. Now, when we mention that fact, often people say to us, well, that only applied to white women, but you should know in the Wyoming Territory it applied to anyone who was American citizen over the age of 21. So they did eliminate some people like Native Americans, for example. But there is a report in the 1870 election. Remember, there were very few people here. And one of the reasons that's been suggested that why Wyoming opened voting to women is as a way to bring people to the territory. But some also suggest that those that were on the frontier knew the value that women brought to the frontier. And so they maybe had a little different point of view. Tough to know what was the primary reason. But according to one report in the 1870 election, there were a group of African American women. There was reportedly only 10 African American women in the territory at the time. And a group arrived to a polling site, a voting site, and got out of their carriage. The crowd parted. They went and voted and went back to their carriage. And that's the way that the election went. In that election, apparently there was about 600 eligible women to vote in Wyoming at the time. Really fascinating. Wyoming is also the first state in the nation to elect a female governor, Nellie Ross. Her husband was governor. He died suddenly. And the Democrat Party approached her and said, would you be willing to run in a special election? And she did. And she won. She also went on to run the U.S. Mint. She had a fascinating life. So it's really remarkable to reflect on these stories and think about how important history is for perspective, also how important it is to be here, to be on the land, walking the land, looking at this place, how beautiful it is, and thinking about the people that forged lives here, those that were pioneers, those that were here before them, and thinking about that just amazing spirit. I'm so inspired by that for Smarter News, that pioneering spirit, thinking about that, reflecting on that, and how we can push that into the time and place we're in to actually build a solution in news for you. So thinking about a lot of those stories today, but just check out this scenery. It's so beautiful.